My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love and welcome to another energy update. Today we're getting some messages from the ancestors about what you need to be concentrating on right now, and just a general message for all guidance. And then in the extended, we're going to look at what your person is dealing with and what the ancestors have to say about their situation. But before we get into the reading, as most of you guys will know, that my dad had a heart attack 2 days ago. So he was first in ICU, but yesterday they moved him out of ICU into the high dependency unit, which is great progress. So I just want to thank everybody who's been praying and sending light, sending love, sending healing. And I can see it because he's just like, he looks like this big explosion of light right now. Right? So I'm just so thankful and overwhelmed by your outpouring of love. It's been absolutely wonderful. So whenever you can, please continue to send, because of course he's not out of the woods as yet, but he's making great progress. He is alert, he is well. He never really lost consciousness. He just felt just absolutely out of breath. He could not catch his breath at all. He was gasping and then started complaining of this chest pain and then back pain and then this indigestion. And then when we carried him to the hospital, the ECG was so erratic, and by the time they did the angiogram, they saw the blockages and they were able to deal with that immediately. And Greater Spirit has been so good to us because they were just visiting. We had a big family vacation and they were visiting me in the other island of Trinidad, right, where they have access to that kind of care. If he was home, okay, trust me, it would have been a different outcome for sure. There's no doubt about it. So everything happens as it should. And I think that's one of the greatest messages that we've been getting, that we just have to trust the process. Sometimes we do not see the bigger plan, okay? Because even my parents were, when my father started to feel kind of ill last week, he just wasn't himself, and they were thinking of canceling the trip, and my mom was like, nah, let's go. If anything happens, we will be in the best place. And so said, so done. So everything happens as it should, and I think that is what we've been asked to do right now, to have faith. And some of you can definitely watch a Scorpio reading that's going to come out today, because that's the core message at the end. Have faith, trust in the process. Sometimes we just don't understand why things happen, but they always unfold for the greater good of all, because we're interconnected. Okay, so just wanted to thank you for sending your lovely light and healing. Thank you very much. Okay, so let us get into this. We're going to start with a message from the ancestors. What are the main messages that they want us to have? What is about yourself, your personal situation, if it's personal to you, or it might be about your own family. We're going to see what is the message that's coming through. And this is the Book of African Divination. I realize that you guys really connected to this deck, so I'm going to get a message. Let's see what this is. We have deceit possible. Okay, so I don't know who this is, but there's somebody that's trying to steer you off your course and into some sort of trap that they have here. I don't know if it relates to your person, okay? But this is also a warning for anyone that is trying to do that. There will be karmic justice. 56 reduced to 11. So if it is, this is something that's happened with your person, or this is happening with you. It could even be happening at work, because I just heard that word work, okay? The universe is not going to stand by and allow this to happen. There's going to be some sort of justice here. All right, so let's see what it's all about. So underneath the deck, it is justice. Card number 11. All right, so let's see. What is the message? We have protected, okay? So Spirit wants you to know right off the bat that you, your home, your loved ones, they are protected, okay? Nothing that is negative or low vibing can enter. So they want you to have that message right away. There's a good marriage here. Now, there's some sort of endings that are happening right now, okay, to allow for some sort of union to take place. This is a card number 73 and this is a card number 37. So these are mirrors of each other, okay? So I feel this is you and your person's energy. There's some kind of ending that's happening now. 10, 10, okay? They look different, but it is the same. There are endings happening for both you and your person to make room for some kind of alliance or some kind of partnership. And Spirit wants you to know that whilst these endings are taking place, okay, you, your family, those that you love, your household. As for me and my house, we are protected, right? And we will serve the Lord, right? You and your household, you are protected. Once you serve the light, once you serve Spirit, you are protected. Now there's Spirit saying they are in charge. And I never get this with this message. I always get that this is the Emperor. But I am hearing Spirit is in charge. And it's a card number 8. 17 reduces to 8. Okay, so this is about eternal power. So Spirit is saying they are in control. Okay, now this is also a card of 17. And 17 is a star card, is a card of healing. Now this could definitely be the Emperor. This could definitely be a person, and they want you to know that this person is standing in their power, card number 8, and taking charge of their life. But this could also be you, and a call for you to stand in your power and assert yourself in whatever circumstance. For some of you, it is definitely at work. There's this little ant that's running across my table right now. Right, that's why I was thinking about work. And then we have nightmares. Okay, so you might have been thinking about the worst possible outcome, but Spirit is saying no. Everything is happening as they should. Everything is happening as it should. These endings that are happening for both you and your person, okay, they're all being orchestrated by this ancestor, source energy, okay? So there's no need for you to worry. You've been thinking about the worst possible outcome, but Spirit saying right now, it's a time to have faith. All right, so let's pull some cards in these and let's see if there are any additional messages. But this is what I'm getting with this today. So let's see this protected card. Okay, we have Ace of Swords in reverse. So if you are not in communication or contact with your person right now, Spirit says it's because there's some big ending that is happening. 2021 is not going to be that great for them, right? Because there's a 2021 will be amazing card. It's not going to be that great. I think 2021 also reduces to 5, which is the commitment or marriage card. So if your person is in some kind of prior commitment, it looks like this is crumbling, and that's why you're probably not hearing for them. They're feeling alone right now. There's 5, 5, 5 here. They're going through some challenging times. Okay, so Spirit saying right now, just trust your intuition and trust in the forces unknown that are working behind the veil, because the High Priest is all about behind the veil. Okay, so there are things unfolding that you may not know about, but the Spirit wants you to know that whatever's unfolding, okay, and it looks like it's some kind of ego death for you or your person, it is all part of the plan, and you just need to trust. Now we have this good marriage here. Let's see what that's about. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. So Spirit saying everything that is happening is to prepare you guys for union. And you can't be in union with someone else if you are not whole within yourself. And that's what 9 of Pentacles is all about. It's about being happy alone and being independent, so that when you're able to come together with someone else, you are not codependent but interdependent. And that is why this healing is happening for both of you guys. You're moving out of any kind of codependency or toxicity into this 9 of Pentacles energy through some kind of ego death experience, both of you. Now we have a person in charge that's coming through here. Let's see what that's... Ooh. Tower in reverse. Oh my. 3 of Swords. And the Queen of Swords. I think this is you and your person. There's going to be some kind of mini tower moment for both. I think it's both of you guys. Okay, some kind of mini tower moment. Whatever happens there, it might hurt. It might hurt with this Three of Swords energy, but it's going to push you into the most authentic version of yourself. It's going to push your person into the most authentic version of themselves. And any kind of codependency or any way that you've been given your power away, you're going to reclaim your power, reclaim yourself, and really step into integrity. When this is over, you are going to be, and your person's going to be, standing in their power. You guys are going to be taking charge of your life. Now, I feel like giving you this because you've been imagining the worst possible outcome, but Spirit is saying no. No. Okay? Eight of Pentacles. You're not seeing your person putting in the work and the time, effort, and energy into the situation. So you've been thinking the worst. Okay? But know that your person is taking action. Okay? But first, they have to get themselves into balance, and so do you. And so do you. In order for this to work. Okay? Both of you right now need to work on your own insecurities and to face your own fears so that you guys can be proper partners to each other and, just be whole within yourself. So everything is happening for your highest good, and it's preparing you for union energies. That's what Spirit is saying. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to focus on right now? What are you transmuting for your ancestral line right now? What do they want you to focus on? What are you healing for your ancestral line? Just by doing what you're doing right now. Just by taking on the healing exercise that you're doing right now. What are you transmuting for your ancestral line? Now look, we have death here, which is very much like that Tower card that was coming through. Okay, this is a card number 14. And Spirit is saying that there's going to be some kind of transformation that's going to bring everything back into balance and bring some kind of karmic justice. Okay, so let's see. What are you healing right now for your ancestral line? We have addiction. And this is exactly what Spirit just said. Okay. And I think definitely, please watch a Scorpio reading that comes out today. Okay. So there is, for some of you, it's an addiction to validation. They used to call it love addiction. Okay. But it's an addiction to relationships, and sometimes toxic relationships, because we are looking outside of ourselves for love. We're looking outside ourselves for support. We're looking outside ourselves for validation. Okay. So we get this addiction to external validation. And how does that show up in our lives? Well, it shows up as people pleasing. It shows up as us more interested in healing others than healing ourselves. It shows up as substance abuse, or anything that we create as a kind of crutch to get us through life. It shows up as giving our power away and engaging in behaviors that do not serve our highest good. Okay, so I feel like in your family line there is some sort of, I don't know if it's an addictive, let's not describe it as an addictive personality, but certainly it looks like there's a lot of codependency, perhaps even toxic relationships in your family, and this is what you're transmuting through this experience for your ancestral line. I'm just going to read just a little paragraph so that we really orient ourselves to the energy of this card and see exactly what he's talking about. It said whether the addiction is smoking, gambling, drinking, drugs, food, sex, romance, shopping, relationships, etc. Not only do they hide our gifts, but they also hide the leadership project that we are called for. A project that is part of our purpose and destiny. So Spirit is saying when you're engaging in these behaviors, when you're being codependent, you are actually hiding from your greatest potential. Okay? You're not making use of the talents or gifts that you were bestowed upon to bring your light and your energy to the world. The addiction conspiracy rejects our true self and our identity as spirit. Therefore, we would never recognize that in truth we are safe, We are healed and we are whole. We would not seek for happiness outside of ourselves if we realized that we were spirit and whole. We would not turn every need into an addiction and try to get them to meet in a self-defeating way. In the addiction conspiracy, we look outside of ourselves for something to fulfill us. If you receive this card, you're being asked to examine what addiction do you have. Do not be fooled by compensations, which are used to repress and hide addictions. For instance, someone with a sex addiction may remain celibate in order to cover up the addiction. Just like a lot of people who have some kind of eating disorder or may have a kind of food addiction may have some kind of eating disorder. In the addiction conspiracy, we are attempting to satisfy ourselves through a false remedy that will never work. An addiction has its own compulsion. Only love, bonding, or giving can transform the addiction conspiracy. It is only the level of giving represented by our calling to leadership that can truly set you free and make you happy. It is time to stop repressing it and step forward. So Spirit is saying, when you engage in any kind of addiction, whatever it is, what you're really doing is hiding yourself. You're hiding yourself and you're running from Spirit and your purpose. Full stop. Full stop. Okay? So, full stop. You're just hiding. So what has Spirit given you to help you combat this addiction conspiracy and transmute it for your ancestral line? This is very interesting. Be carefree. Being carefree. And just allowing that energy of Spirit to flow through you. You see how this person is wide open? But you know what this reminds me of? Because there's a lot of greenery here, which is Pentacles. And there's a lone person here. This is a 9 of Pentacles energy. So Spirit is saying, remember they said there's going to be this tower moment that's going to push you into your independence? So you being in this 9 of Pentacles energy is going to set an example for others, and it's going to show them a higher perspective. And the reason why I'm saying this higher perspective is because it's a card number 57, and 57 reduces to 12, and 12 is a hangman. So you're meant to show your family line, those around you, they are going to be inspired, and they're going to see a different perspective on life by you being as independent, not hyper independent. You being as independent and standing on your own as possible. And 9 of Pentacles energy is the energy of independence and moving out completely of codependency and loving yourself. This person's not afraid to show their true self to the world. They ain't hiding from nobody. Okay, then their hands are up. I surrender. So Spirit is also asking you to surrender and allow that life force energy to flow through you and to others. This is the energy that you are meant to ground in this physical plane, and this is how you're combating this addiction conspiracy. Very interesting. Let's see what you're healing for yourself. So in the extended, we're going to look at another reading like this, just their person. We're going to see what they are doing for their ancestral line and for themselves. We're going to get 3. We have unwanted. Okay. And again, this also dovetails into this theme of a lack of self-love and codependency and, you know, looking for validation outside yourself. So there's some kind of experience that you have had, whether as a child or in your relationships, where you felt unwanted and unloved. And what does that make us do? Well, sometimes it makes us try even harder. So we become even more of an overgiver. We allow our boundaries to be even further transgressed because we keep looking for this validation. We keep looking for this love because we've always felt unwanted and we want to be chosen. Okay, so we do everything that we can to be chosen, and sometimes, just give ourselves away. Just give ourselves away. What else are you healing? Okay, it's a blank card. So let me pull a tarot on that. King of Wands in reverse. Again, that is giving your power away. And it's also about the abuse of power, whether it is financial, sexual, physical, or physical power. Okay? So we have a King of Wands in reverse, and we have Judgment in reverse. So Spirit is saying, okay, right now your judgment is skewed. And your judgment is skewed because of the things that you need to heal. Okay? You've been giving your power away because of whatever feelings of being unwanted that you've been carrying around for a long time. So Spirit is saying, this time that you might be alone or in no contact with your person, is the time that you need to heal that so that you can manifest a different sort of relationship that you may have had in the past, and one that's more healthy. Because that relationship is going to shine a light for others in your family line and also to the world. What else does Spirit want you to focus on healing? Okay, so there's something here about an absentee father that's coming through, some kind of father wound. Okay, now let's call it a masculine wound, because maybe who modeled the masculine energy to you might have been your mother. It looks like whatever this wounding is, okay, it's either they were absent completely, like physically absent, okay, and emotionally absent as well, or they could have been physically present but emotionally absent. So there was this feeling of being unwanted and being a bother and being a burden kind of thing coming through, and you always had felt that you had to compensate for that, okay, or always vying for your father or the masculine energies attention by overgiving, and you keep doing that in relationships, okay, doing all the emotional labor in relationships because of this feeling of unwanted, and you're seeking that approval. So Spirit is saying this is something that you need to address and heal. So let's get one last bit of advice from the ancestors. And then I'll round up with an ancestral message from Spirit. And then I'll go into the extended with your person. 2 of Wands in reverse. And that 2 of Wands in reverse is the Ace of Wands. So there's this new beginning that's coming in for you. Let's see. What do they want you to know? King of Swords. Aquarius energy. Judgment. Scorpionic energy. And the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So there's a message for you and there's a message about your person. One, Spirit is asking you right now to see things from a higher perspective. Okay, and that's the only way that you're going to manifest a new template, or to ground a new template for your family. Now that's the only way you're going to manifest your total happiness. You got to see everything from a higher perspective, and you have to be the most authentic version of yourself. We have here this King of Swords, and that is all about truth. Both using that truth as an illuminator and seeing things differently. This is radical truth. And also using this truth as a sword to set healthy boundaries and to cut negative influences or low vibrating energies out of your life. Spirit saying that's the only way that you're going to manifest this 10 of Pentacles energy. It's a radical acceptance of the truth and being radically authentic. Now, there's a message here about your person. Your person is turning into the King of Swords. Again, radical acceptance of the truth. And they're coming to speak their truth. They've had some kind of big awakening. And they're realizing that you are the one. So prepare yourself for communication. It may not be the kind of communication that you want to hear, but it is the kind of communication that is going to ground a new beginning for you and your person. They're being guided to do so by spirit. Look, the intuition here with the moon. So they're going to be coming in. And spirit is saying, listen, but also speak your truth. Let's get one last card of advice. They say, White Witch, be the light. Be the light. And that's exactly what you're being called for your ancestral line with that carefree spirit, right? Be the light. Let's see what it says here. Be the light. One moment. Just get it. Card number 86, or rather page number 86, that reduced to 14. That's about balance. So let's see. It says, be the light. Take the higher road and choose the light. Remove yourself from lower energy experiences. Remember what they said? Use that sword and cut them out. The White Witch card represents the maiden aspect of the triple goddess of paganism and modern Wicca. The maiden is a gentle, innocent, and pure aspect of the goddess, a loving soul who wants nothing but the best for the whole earth. Here she is joined by the horned owl, showing that she's willing to respect those with more wisdom and experience that she has, but she's also willing to trust what she feels to be right within. With this card, you're being reminded of the goodness within. No matter what is happening to you or around you, you have a choice. Choose not to be pulled into dramas, bickering, or energies that are just going to limit your joy. If you are surrounded by people who are hostile towards you or someone else, or you are in a negative situation, perhaps in your workplace, you are being invited to be the light. You are an incredible person who can really bring light. So how can you change the energy? How can you redirect the conversation to love? How can you protect yourself? How can you help the person that is being picked on? Or are you the one who is guilty of causing a drama? You know the answers. Know also that you are being encouraged to shine the light you were born to share. You have to be this carefree spirit. You have to allow the energy of the universe and the light of love to flow through you and shine in any situation. Whether it's your relationships, whether it's in your workspace, whatever it is, Spirit is asking you right now to be the light. Be that embodiment of source energy on earth. That's what you're being asked to do. You have the wisdom, you have the gifts. Spirit saying time to use it. Break out of this addiction conspiracy, because remember, it's only there to prevent you from showing the world who you really are. All right, my love, that was your reading. I hope that helped you. If you want to know what your person is doing, in terms of all of these, their message from the ancestors, what they are transmuting for the ancestral line, what they're healing for themselves right now, and the message about them from the ancestors, you can join me in the extended version of this reading, because remember, they mirror you also, so it can also be a message, an additional message for you. My love, take care. Bye.